Good afternoon. Right now on 12 News at 12, officials in Upshur County have expressed traffic concerns to the state. Plus, one church in Bridgeport held a community conversation about substance abuse.
We're starting out our Wednesday with absolutely gorgeous conditions and warming temperatures. Will this weather continue throughout the rest of our work week? That answer coming up as 12 News at 12 starts right now.
This is WBOI. 12 News at 12 starts now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to 12 News at 12. I'm Ronell Hunt. It's Wednesday, May 22nd. We have a lot of great things going on today, but speaking of great, it can't start unless we have great weather. Also some things coming up as well. So we have Storm Tracker 12 forecaster Amelia Henderson with us right now.
Hey Ronell, and thank you all for joining us on this absolutely gorgeous Wednesday. We are starting out our day with some sunshine, and that's going to be the case throughout our day. That's thanks to a high pressure system that's continued to develop throughout our day. Also much warmer temperatures today compared to yesterday. Yesterday barely reaching into the 60s, but today 15 to 20 degrees warmer thanks to some warm air that's been filtering into the region from our friends over in the west. Going to be reaching those temperatures into the mid to upper 80s by the afternoon hours. So again, go outside, take advantage of these warmer temperatures. Also take advantage of the sunshine outside because it won't be with us very long. I will be tracking those storms coming up in your full forecast, but first, more news. Ronell.
Thanks, Amelia. New at noon, authorities are investigating an armed robbery that took place last night in Morgantown at a cell phone store. Morgantown police say a man walked into the Boost Mobile store on High Street just before 8:40 with a loaded handgun and stole several phones. Police say the man is described as a black male wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants with white lettering on the left leg, and black tennis shoes. According to police, the man was also wearing a black backpack. Anyone with information is asked to call the Morgantown Police Department. You can call them at 304-284-7454. And a Westover man was arrested after a pursuit that began in Monongalia County and ended in Pennsylvania. Deputies say 23-year-old Tommy Eddy of Westover was passed out in his truck at a church parking lot on the Mason-Dixon Highway Saturday. And when EMS workers arrived on the scene to check on him, Eddy pulled a knife on them. According to deputies, when they arrived in the parking lot, Eddy had sped off and left them on a pursuit, ending with Eddy crashing his truck into an embankment on an ATV trail just past the Pennsylvania state line. Eddy has been charged with fleeing with reckless indifference. And state police have arrested an Upshur County man they say made threats to a West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resource worker. Troopers say 48-year-old Richard Mealy of Buchanan called the DHHR's child abuse hotline and said he was going to take a bullet and shoot the worker for ignoring his call. State police then say Mealy told a different worker that he had 9 months to live and had nothing to lose. Mealy has been charged with terroristic threats. And the owners of a used car dealership are picking up the pieces after a tractor trailer caused serious damage to their lot. Our reporter Alex Hines has more now from Upshur County.
Customers of Wyatt Used Autos in Upshur County may notice something missing from the lot Tuesday evening, a handful of cars. That's because the tractor trailer damaged or destroyed half a dozen of them when it plowed through the parking lot at 4 Tuesday morning. Founder Rick Wyatt wasn't sure what to expect when he first got a call about it.
I tried to get in the shower, so I had to run and find my clothes, and I thought that maybe something wasn't really wrong, you know, like an irate person, or, you know, you sold the car and it blowed up, and, you know, I couldn't see him at Walmart to get him, but I'll get him down at the car lot.
Wyatt says the accident may have caused $100,000 worth of damage. That may not be much for a larger dealership, but for one where average yearly sales total $1 million, it's a number and an image that's not easy to take in.
It's pretty overtaking when you come. Like I say, it just looked like somebody had took a dozer and just stacked cars in the middle, and he'd run over things, and of course, at least 2's total, maybe 3, maybe.
Upshur County deputies say the driver, Alex Mason of Rockingham, North Carolina, will face 2 charges in the incident, driving under the influence of narcotics and possession of methamphetamines. And while the Wyatts hope to see justice done, they don't hold ill will against him.
We want everybody to get out of this okay, and he's hope he does well. You know, I ain't got no ill feelings. It's just hey, he done what he did, you know. People have to be responsible for that.
Reporting in Upshur County, I'm Alex Hines for 12 News.
Officials in Upshur County are also asking the state to investigate changing traffic patterns on Corridor H near the city's exit. Both city and county officials want the Division of Highways to study possible alterations to the intersections from Hampton Inn to Kessling Mill Road. Buchanan Police Chief Matt Gregory says it is now time to look into getting these things changed before traffic gets too heavy in the area.
Traffic is anticipated to continue to increase, and so certainly another look at the safety aspect of the road itself is in order.
Studies say traffic through the area is expected to increase by more than 300% when Corridor H is finally completed. And dozens of people came out to Doddridge County Park to get in touch with their artistic side. The Doddridge County Community Educational Outreach Service, or CEOS, held a make and take day at the park, where patrons could pay a small fee to learn how to create homemade crafts like beeswax lotion and patriotic wreaths. That money of those programs for CEO support reaches other programs such as Reading is Fundamental.
We also are a service organization, and we're an educational organization as well. And this is an activity where people can make things that they can give to other people as gifts.
For more information on how you could participate in various CEOS programs, you can head to our website at WBOY.com for a link on the different chapters all throughout the state. And coming up on this break for 12 News at 12, we have a lot of things going on, including a preview for this week's stop on the restaurant road trip. This week, we're heading to Monongah to visit Dairy Cone. Stay with us.
WBOY News is now on Amazon Alexa. Let's get you set up. Open the Alexa app, click on the menu icon, scroll down, click on Settings, click on Flash Briefing, search WBOY News and enable.
You may not remember how the crash happened, or the details of the rescue. After a while, you don't even remember the pain. But you'll never forget that first face you see when you open your eyes, because that's the person who got you through to the other side of this thing. That's the person who made you believe it's all gonna be okay.
Enroll today at WVJC and earn your practical nursing diploma in just months. Nursing, it's a career everyone remembers.
Hi, I'm me. And that's me 30 days ago before I switched to Spectrum. With Spectrum TV, I get tons of HD and thousands of titles free on demand. With satellite, I have to have special equipment to watch on demand, plus that dish on my roof.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Call 833-271-8998.
Spectrum Internet has speeds of 100 megabits, so I can surf, my wife can stream, and the kids can game. All at once. Our internet can't keep up with all our devices, so I schedule all of our online time. I get every other Tuesday.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month.
Best of all, Spectrum bought out my old contract, making it easy to switch. Wait, what? Will they do that for me? Yeah, because I'm you, 30 days from now.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Plus, ask how you can save up to 40% on your wireless bill with Spectrum Mobile. Better services at a better price. Call 833-271-8998.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident? Worried that you can't afford a lawyer? Call us today for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you get paid. Mansion Injury Law, when it's your time for justice.
Tractor season is here with great deals at Mahindra. Get a Max 24 package deal for $21,990, including a loader, mower, backhoe, and a 5-foot back blade at Mahindra of Clarksburg.
Welcome back. Your time is 12:09, and the Dairy Cone has been capturing the taste buds of people for more than 50 years. The shop is located on Pike Street in Monongah and serves a variety of items, including ice cream, hot dogs, pizza, and a whole list of favorites called one thing, the Monongah Monster Sandwich.
That they have an experience like they've never had before, that all the food's good, the ice cream.
For tonight's restaurant road trip at 6 to hear more about Dairy Cone. And the Chi Lake Rotary Club is holding its Flags for the Heroes campaign. American flags are placed around Morgantown to honor men and women that have made a difference in other people's lives all across West Virginia and more. Flags are displayed along Don Knotts Boulevard and the intersection at the WVU Creative Arts Center and at the entrance of Pierpont Center. 400 flags have been placed all throughout the city.
The flags, first and foremost, show our patriotism and our community pride. And second of all, and maybe most importantly, they allow individuals to go ahead and honor somebody who did something special to them, a hero of their own.
And if you would like to donate or sponsor a flag, you can visit our website, WBOI.com, for more information.
Now, the area's most accurate forecast. Storm Tracker 12 weather. Certified storm ready and powered by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official cleaning and restoration company of the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Storm Tracker 12 forecaster Amelia Henderson here. The bottom line for today is we are starting out the day with some chilly conditions, so definitely want to grab a light jacket as you head out the door. But those temperatures will be warming up much warmer compared to yesterday, and also mostly just sunshine and dry conditions throughout our Wednesday. But like I said, a little bit of a chilly start for us into the 60s right now, pretty much across the board here. 63 in Clarksburg, always tends to be one of the warmer areas. 60 in Morgantown, also in Buchanan, 57 in Webster Springs, 54 in Sutton, 40s up here in these mountain counties, 50 in Davis, though a little bit warmer there, 48 in Oakland, 46 in McHenry. Now, like I said, it's going to be much warmer today compared to yesterday. Temperatures barely reached into the 60s yesterday, but today, because of this warm air filtering in from our friends over in the west, going to be seeing much warmer temperatures today, reaching into the mid to upper 80s for us. That's thanks to, again, to that warm air filtering in for us. Our warmest temperatures at 3 and 5 p.m., so go out and take advantage of this before those temperatures go back down into the 60s for us. Now, along with all of these warm temperatures today, as you can see on the radar here, hardly any clouds in sight, but we will continue to see a few broken clouds continue to develop throughout our day. But thankfully, a high pressure system has been developing and bringing us much warmer, dry, sunny conditions throughout our Wednesday. Again, go outside, take full advantage of these conditions while you can, because unfortunately they won't be with us very long. Going into the next 3 days, rounding out the work week and into the weekend, a low pressure system will be developing, bringing us some moisture from our friends over in the west. Going to be seeing some downpours, heavy rain, also some thunderstorms, not only Thursday and Friday, but also into our weekend. So again, while things are still dry and sunny out, go outside and fully take advantage of it while you can. Now, breaking it down a bit further here, right now mostly just seeing some clear and sunny conditions, a few broken clouds here or there that'll continue to develop throughout our night, but mostly just dry conditions going forward. Then as we go into our Thursday, definitely want to grab an umbrella as you head out the door. You can see all of this moisture trickling into the region from our friends over in the west. Going to be seeing some heavy showers, downpours, even some thunderstorms during the second half of our Thursday. Now, as we go into our Friday, very similar to our Thursday, with mostly just cloudy skies and also some heavy rain. Thunderstorms are in our future. Now, here's a quick look at our 7-day forecast here. Again, as you can see across the board, Wednesday is our only dry week for the rest of these 7 days. So I can't stress it enough. Go outside, enjoy the day, get outside if you can, and just enjoy it, because these conditions won't be with us very long. As you can see, showers and thunderstorms rounding out the work week and into the weekend.
Planned Parenthood held a day of action for abortion rights advocates to protest bans that have been passed in multiple states. Several lawmakers and 2020 presidential candidates attended, including Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, and Senator Cory Booker. A Stop the Ban rally also took place in Charlotte, North Carolina. In Atlanta, demonstrators gathered at the Georgia State Capitol, where the governor recently signed a bill banning abortions once a heartbeat is detected. Another rally took place at the Missouri State Capitol in Jackson, where a federal judge will soon hear arguments about a new law banning abortions. Abortion rights activists dressed in Handmaid's Tale costumes also gathered in St. Petersburg, Florida, Tuesday to join the National Day of Action. And children usually depend on adults to keep them safe, but there is one first grader in Missouri that is taking safety of her community into her own hands. Cynthia Newsom shows us how this 7-year-old is using rhyme and reason to take a major national issue.
We have a 7-year-old rapper. Her name is Ava.
She's 7 years old, smart, confident, creative, and wise beyond her years.
He's taking girls to school, ain't trying to follow the rules. We have to fix this fact. What's this world coming to?
When I started to rap, I was 1.5 years old. I was listening to songs on the radio, but then when I started taking it serious when I was 5, I've been through the struggle.
I've been through the struggle? You been through the struggle? Okay, and what else?
Running down the street.
Mom helps write and research, but Lil Ava comes up with her own lyrics, and her rhymes have a reason.
People need to learn how to put the guns down. It is senseless. God didn't put us here on earth to kill each other. He just put us on earth to love and help each other.
Lil Ava's title song, Senseless, is her #1 hit on YouTube.
Put your trust in God, the Almighty Savior. I know I'm a little kid, but do me that favor.
I'm just amazed because it just shocks me. I can't believe it. She has so much talent.
This is my picture of showing me writing a book about kindness. Do you know how much violence hurts other kids? I can protect kids from violence by making a book about kindness. I have made a difference by making a song about stopping violence.
You know, some people think that kids don't know what's going on, but it's a different day and age. You know, these kids are very advanced and they know what's going on.
Come on, y'all. Lock y'all guns up. You have to be more careful. The community must stay up.
A child inspiring a city to be safe.
And coming up right after the break, we'll tell you how these new houses are completely turning home buyers' choices upside down. We'll be right back after this.
Some things naturally go together, and here's the perfect pair. Pizza and wings from Geno's. When you purchase a handmade 2-topping 16-inch extra-large pizza for $12, get your choice of any 10-piece wing order for only $6. Pizza and wings, the perfect pair pickup deal. Buy a 16-inch extra-large 2-topping pizza for $12 and get a 10-piece wing order for only $6. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
When it comes to Ford Super Duty pickups, look to the authority. Jenkins Ford in Buchanan, Central West Virginia's #1 Ford dealer. With 45 available, our trucks are personally configured by us to have the right equipment and the right easy price. Keep thinking Jenkins.
It's time for the Memorial Day Mattress Spectacular at Sleep Outfitters. Save up to $1,000 off select mattress sets. Or choose any size Sealy and pay the twin size price. Only at Sleep Outfitters. But hurry, before time runs out.
Racing Pre-Owned Auto Sales has a great selection of quality vehicles. We inspect everything we sell to ensure you get the best vehicle for the best price. Moving? We rent U-Haul trucks. Can't get a credit approval? We finance. When you buy here, you pay here. Let's go racing.
Roger Lahazet, MCM Business Systems. Think Total Solution Office Printers. In West Virginia, we spell service MCM.
Medicaid members, it's now time to choose. If your health plan is leaving, you can choose your new plan. Starting May 1st, choose Unicare. We offer no or low-cost doctor visits and hospital stays from a large network of quality providers. Plus free extras like Boys and Girls Club memberships and gift card rewards for getting checkups. Choose Unicare by June 17th at unicare.com/Medicaid.
Online anytime. Visit WBOY.com. Closed captioning brought to you by Flanagan Brothers.
With the best equipment in the industry and the fastest drying carpets around, call Flanagan Brothers, where your carpets don't only look clean, they are clean.
You're watching 12 News at 12 on WBOY with Serafina Brooks, Elena Connard, and Storm Tracker 12 Weather with meteorologist Scott Sinkoff.
And here are some of our top stories from overseas. About 200 people gathered yesterday at a construction site in Switzerland to watch the most unusual performance. Hanging from a crane, a musician gave an airborne piano concert, dangling over the future site of a hospital parking garage. Spectators also took photos of Alan Roche playing his vertical piano and several yards from above the ground. The crane operator was part of the performance. And an upside-down house, you see it right there, your TV's not flipping, turns heads in Brighton, England. The upside-down house sits on its roof while all furniture is stuck to the ceiling. This was built by CEO Tom Dirts of Upside Down House UK Ltd. to provide an inverted photo opportunity. Visitors can be seen standing on the ceiling, holding up the furniture, looking out of the window, or even diving into the toilet. The company has 4 houses total. And race driver Niki Lauda, a 3-time world champion of the Formula One circuit, has died at the age of 70. Lauda came back from the terrible crash in a fire during a race that happened in 1976, winning 2 of his world titles after that incident. And after racing, the Austrian went to become one of the most prominent figures in the aviation industry. Lauda's family issued a statement saying that his passing away was peacefully on Monday.
Dr. Melissa Rose with Nardelli Audiology. Did you know that you can test drive a pair of hearing aids? Take a pair home for 30 days, try them out, and decide if you like them. No money down, nothing out of pocket, no gimmick. Nardelli Audiology. Hear better, live better.
Sometimes you gotta close your eyes and breathe. Find a way to float away on an ocean breeze where the sand is a dance floor beneath your feet. Let go and
Escape to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and let the calming surf, soft sand, and warm sun do the work. So make time for you. Visit Myrtle Beach, where happiness comes in waves.
Myrtle Beach time.
Space is designed with you in mind at Fairmont Kitchen Center. Family owned since 1964, Fairmont Kitchen Center offers beautiful and functional design solutions. We can transform any room in your home with multiple price points, and our design experience doesn't change with your budget. Our cabinetry is all locally made right here in Fairmont. From closets, bathrooms, dens, and of course kitchens, something's always cooking. Fairmont Kitchen Center, located just off I-79 in Fairmont.
So a lot of the times the bride gets to choose a lot of the things that go down with the wedding and with the rings and everything. And White's Fine Jewelry gave me the option to choose the wedding ring that I wanted to wear. I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of rings that they had for men. They had everything from traditional gold to the alternative metals to even the sports bands that are getting popular now.
Shopping for my wedding party at White's Fine Jewelry was so easy. They had a great selection and everything was affordable.
At Nardelli Audiology, we're all about fitting your lifestyle with the best technology available. We have 18 months interest-free financing or our exclusive leasing program with multiple payment options. Nardelli Audiology. Hear better, live better.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Valley Healthcare System.
Did you know that depression is more common among women than men? Concerned about a loved one? Call us today.
Welcome back. Well, it's part of a promotion for the upcoming season of Netflix Stranger Things. The show's 3rd season will take place during the summer of 1985. That's the same year that Coke debuted its new recipe for its signature soda. Back then, sales for the new Coke were so bad that it was pulled from the shelves after a few months later. Coca-Cola says that less than 500,000 cans will go out, and you yourself can buy one of these during this summer from any Stranger Things themed vending machine. Now our Storm Tracker 12 forecaster Amelia Henderson is back with a final look at our forecast. What's going on, Amelia?
We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast here. As you can see across the board, Wednesday being our only fully dry day in our forecast here. So go outside, take advantage of the sunshine and dry conditions while they are with us, because unfortunately won't be with us very long. A low pressure system will be developing into the region early on Thursday, bringing us some heavy downpours, showers, even some thunderstorms both Thursday and Friday, and even into the weekend. So again, go outside and take advantage of this Wednesday.
Well, Well, that does it here for us at 12 News. Join us for more news tonight, and from all of us here, we hope you have a great afternoon.